Afternoon everyone. I'm Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In the following video lecture series, I have been explaining about the prototyping and designing software for IoT applications. Now in that I am going to explain about the specific of Arduino programming. Here the fundamentals of Arduino programming are the initializing function, that is setup. Void setup is being given here. Then opening the braces will be pin mode, that is pin input. What are all the input pins we are giving, how to enter over there, that is called as pin configure as a input. Next one is loop, void loop. Here digital write pin high will be displayed, then delay 1 followed by 4 zeros, then digital write pin low, delay followed by 4 zeros. It is nothing but if the pin is set, that delay write pin high will be enabled. Then it is passed for 10,000 millisecond, that is delay 10,000 is displayed here. Then if the pin is off, then the 10,000 millisecond is displayed will be low. Then the syntax is type function name of parameters, and we will be giving the various statements inside. For example, int delay variable is given for assigning the values for the variable, that is create temporary variable, which is called as var. Here the variable we are giving as a analog read potent, that is read data from the potentiometer. Then variable is equal to variable 5, which converts the value of variable by 4. Then finally return, we are returning the variable here. Then here the curly braces, which mainly defines the beginning and end of the function blocks. Unbalanced braces may lead to compile errors. Then semicolon, it is mainly used to end a statement and separate element of a program. Here for that syntax is int x is equal to 14. Then multi-line commands begin with the description of the block, ends with those. Here the syntax is, this is an enclosed block of commands, then which uses the closing command to avoid the errors. Then line command, here single line command begins with double slanting line and ends with the next instruction followed. The syntax is nothing but this is a single line command. Variables example int var. These are the various data types which are being used: byte, int, long, float and the arrays. The various operators which we are using in the Arduino programming are arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operator, logical operator, and the various constants we are using are true or false, input, output, and the high or low. Then the flow control statement will be having if statement, if else statement, for statement, while statement, and a do while statement. The various digital and the analog input and output pins and their usage are, first we'll discuss about the digital input and output pins. The various methods are pin mode, that is pin mode, then digital read pin, then digital write pin, and the example followed by that. We'll be using a used in setup method to configure pin to behave an input as a output. Then pin mode, we will call it as a pin input. Then pin mode, pin output. The input will be displayed there, then the output. In digital read pin, read value from a specified pin with the result being high or low. Then variable, that is digital read pin will be enabled there. Then digital write pin value is nothing but outputs to high or low on a specified pin. Digital write pin high. Then the example for this is we are assigning a variable as x here. So int x, which is equal to 13, then int p, which is equal to 7, int va, which is equal to 0, and void setup. That is x is nothing but connect the input to the 30th pin, then connect the push button to the pin 7, that is p equal to 7, then variable to store the read value. Finally pin mode x comma output and pin mode p comma input. Then the loop function is assigning, that is while loop, then value which is equal to digital read, then digital write. For analog input, we'll be using analog read. As like digital, here we are just changing the name of digital into analog. That is analog read pin, analog write pin. The example followed by is displayed here. And the time math function is there, then the random variable function, serial communications, and the various difference between the analog, digital, and the PWM pins. And these are the various analog, digital, and the PWM pins are displayed. The curve is being displayed here with the difference of those. The assessment is nothing but we have discussed about the various operators which are being used and the various loop functions which is being used in this Arduino programming, and also the analog and the digital pin inputs values has been discussed here. Thank you.